The life of Saint Carlo Acutis, the first millennial saint. Today we celebrate the extraordinary life of Saint Carlo Acutis, the ultimate modern role model. He wasn't a figure from the distant past, he was a teenager, a computer programmer, a gamer, and the first millennial saint, a resounding proof that holiness is not reserved for the few, but is a possibility for every single person, right here and now, in the middle of our digital world. Carlo was born in London on November 3, 1991, to Italian parents, Andrea Acutis and Antonia Salzano, but the family soon relocated to Milan, the bustling heart of northern Italy. Though the family was financially comfortable, they were spiritually lacking. His parents were culturally Catholic but non-practicing. Yet, from a very early age, Carlo displayed an astonishing, deep, and utterly unprompted love for God. His desire for the divine was a blazing anomaly. His mother, Antonia, has often recounted the profound, humbling experience of her son's innate faith. He simply couldn't pass a church without asking to stop in, pull her inside, and say hello to Jesus in the tabernacle. This simple, insistent devotion was so utterly pure and compelling that it led directly to the profound religious conversion of his own mother. It was the young boy who became the chief evangelist of his own home. For Carlo, the absolute center of his existence, the very foundation of his entire life plan, was Jesus and the Eucharist. He would declare, with the unwavering conviction of a prophet, "The Eucharist is my highway to heaven." He yearned for that encounter with Christ so deeply that he received his first Holy Communion early, at the age of 7. From that defining day forward, he made it a non-negotiable habit to attend daily Mass and frequently spend time in quiet adoration before the Blessed Sacrament. Carlo understood, with a wisdom far beyond his years, that this daily communion with Christ was the secret to living an extraordinary life, even while maintaining an ordinary routine. And in many ways, Carlo was ordinary. He loved playing soccer in the park, he was a loyal and great friend, he went to school, and he wore the simple black jeans and Nike sneakers of his generation. But he lived his life with radical discipline and an extraordinary sense of purpose. He consciously limited his video game time, understanding that if he didn't master technology, technology would master him. He was a tireless defender of the weak. Carlo was known for his remarkable kindness, his fierce defense of the bullied at school, especially children with disabilities who others overlooked, and his boundless generosity to the poor and homeless he met on the streets of Milan. He didn't just feel sorry for them, he used his own allowance and first savings to buy sleeping bags and food. He was famous for his piercing quote, "All people are born as originals, but many die as photocopies," using it as a profound challenge to everyone around him, especially his peers, to seek out the unique, unrepeatable purpose God had for them and avoid the soul-numbing trap of conformity and mediocrity. Crucially, Carlo was a genius with technology. He was a gifted self-taught computer programmer and web designer, skills that went far beyond basic proficiency. He was determined to use this knowledge, the very language of his generation, not as a frivolous pastime, but as a powerful, modern tool for evangelization. When he was just 11 years old, he began his definitive spiritual masterpiece, an immense, 2.5-year project that consumed his family's vacations and his own passion. He used his coding skills to create a massive, detailed traveling exhibition and a comprehensive website to catalog every known Eucharistic miracle and Marian apparition from around the world. He painstakingly researched, photographed, and organized 187 miracles. He wanted to use the logic and accessibility of the internet to draw people back to the profound, tangible truth of Christ's real presence in the Massachusetts. His simple goal was to make Christ present in the world's fastest-growing medium. Then, in October of 2006, at the shockingly young age of 15, Carlo was suddenly struck down with a devastating and aggressive form of acute leukemia. The illness was swift, moving from flu-like symptoms to a terminal diagnosis in mere days, but his faith was utterly unbreakable. He faced his final days with immense courage, serenity, and grace, offering all his intense suffering for the Lord, for the Pope, and the entire Church, and for his readiness to go to heaven. He told his mother that he could die happy because he had not wasted a single minute of his short life doing things that wouldn't have pleased God. He passed away on October 12, 2006, and was buried in Assisi, the city of Saint Francis, which he dearly loved, forever linking his simple, evangelical life with the great saint of humility. Today, the Church recognizes his life as a model of heroic virtue, having declared him Saint Carlo Acutis. This teenager, who used a laptop and made the Eucharist his primary love, stands as a powerful, contemporary witness that sanctity is attainable for all, the patron saint of the internet and a guiding light for youth across the entire globe.